Before we get this game underway, I would ask that everybody please stand. Everybody in the stands, please go ahead and stand up for me. Before every game, the Bombers acknowledge with honor and gratitude that we skate, work, live, and play on the ancestral lands of the Seminole, Calusa, and Tocobaga indigenous peoples. We recognize and honor those who came before us and stand in solidarity with Native people who still face the consequences of colonialism. We recognize with reverence the enslaved Africans, migrant workers, and all the peoples who have contributed to the building of the city, state, and nation. And we honor our veterans, public servants, and those who dedicate their lives to service. Thank you. And now, who's ready for roller derby this evening? I think that was kind of weak, don't you?
Let's hear it one more time. Let's hear it for the Bradentucky Bombers here at the Ellington Sports Arena versus Sunshine City Roller Derby.
All right, we want to go ahead and start by thanking our NSOs. Those are our non-skating officials, the folks in the black shirts out there. Without them, there's nobody to keep score, track penalties, so we definitely want to give them a round of applause.
Let's just announce our refs who give their good time up just to tell these people when they skated out of bounds or did something wrong and then have to deal with them. Very thoughtful of them to help out. The refs, we've got Impartial, Necessary Evil, Trash Control, John Rev Kennedy, Cerberus, Shrimp, Tripsy, and shadow repping for the first time, Looseness Casual. All right, we're going to start off by announcing our rosters here with Sunshine City Roller Derby in teal. Number 111, Punisher. Number 313, Lake Bossy. Number 103, Crush Groove. Number 50, Rojo Grande. Number 369, Rocket Number 15, Godzilla. Number 407, Hurricane Twilight. Number 525, Heavy Bomber. Number 42, Anastasia. Number 87, Dolly Dust. Number 666, Doomsday Auto. Number 333, Violet Venom. Number 18, Cherry Noble. 3, Smacky O. And their coaches are number 69, Candy Corn. Number 30, Dirty Shirley. And number 80, Whiskey Shot. All right, that is Sunshine City Roller Derby. I'm going to hand it back to Enigma.
And your Bradentucky Bombers this evening, starting with she'll excel your spreadsheets and audit your jammers. It's Sarbanes-Foxy, number 404. Oh, just go ahead with regular names, that sounds fine. We're gonna introduce next Karate Hottie, number 570. Anarchy, number 23. Morgan, number 5. Number 00, Testicles. Joint custody, number 906. Number 008, Intoxicate. Momentum, number 555. Number 13, Zombalina. Douglas, number 888. Number 003, Skate-O-Masochist. Number 12, SS File. Fragile Rock, number 22. Swearodactyl, number 722. Number 14, Furiosa. Bench coached tonight by Josh, and our lineup manager, Dita Von Cheats, Ms. Carter, and in turn 3, we have Bottle Rocket. Roller Derby fans, we do have a little bit of Roller Derby 101. We're going to start by introducing the skaters who are on the track right now. The folks in the back with the stars on their helmets, we call them the Jammers. They are going to be scoring points for the teams out on the track. Everybody else out there, they are the blockers, and they are going to try to keep the Jammers back. The Jammers are going to go on the whistle. And the first jammer to get through the pack picks up what we call the status of lead jammer. You gotta get through the pack once, then every opposing skater who you pass, you're gonna pick up a point for. However, if you are lead jammer, you can call the jam off a little bit early by tapping your hips, like so. As we'll be letting you know, that is a status that those skaters are going to be vying for, a very key status that could definitely affect the points in the game. That said, we are going to get this next bout underway here. First jam on the next whistle. And with that whistle, this first bout of the season and the first jam is underway. And it looks like first jam, Bradentucky lead jam for joint custody. Sunshine City jammer getting run to the back by Workman as joint custody gets through, picks up 4 points, Bradentucky. Anarchy going to the penalty box for a little bit. As joint custody continues to make laps for Bradenton, both sets of blockers see those jammers coming. And Sarbanes-Foxy knocks Crush out of bounds quickly. But not before joint custody can pick up another 4 points. Morgan and Sarbanes-Foxy along with Douglas holding Sunshine City back. But Sunshine City gets through that pack before getting run to the back again by Morgan. After picking up those points, calling that jam off a little bit early, looks like Bradentucky picked up 17 points on that first jam.
Looks like FB Bomber for Sunshine City Roller Derby in teal will be jamming against Karate Hottie, number 570 in black and red for Bradentucky. Penalty box is clear. Looks like these teams have been good. FB Bomber just barrels away through that Bradentucky defense. Lead jammer. That lead jammer position means two things. One, she's more likely to score points just because she's out ahead, and she has the ability to call the jam off. She drives her the inside, ready and waiting for tackles, recycles on her. She makes her way out, pushes those skaters out of play, and makes her way out for the next scoring pass. As a reminder, the way these jammers are going to score points, they're trying to get there past members of the other team. Every member of the other team, since they pass, they score a point. Excellent job opening up that lane there. Karate Hottie gets pushed to the outside, has to recycle back, get him back there behind the pack. All right, we have one jam going to the penalty box for 30 seconds, making this a Bradentucky Bombers out for the next 30 seconds. Only the Bradentucky Bombers specifically can score in this jam. Each jam in with the rules is 2 minutes. That 30 seconds can mean a lot, especially if someone decides to call up that jam. Right now, that lead jammer is sitting in the penalty box, so that is not going to happen. We're going to go the full 2 minutes here. A killer hit from Rickard Bossy just barely takes Karate Hottie to the ground. Karate Hottie is able to get inbounds and keep on going, no problem. Heavy Bomber comes out of the box. No problem telling you that there. Heavy Bomber goes through like a bull through that bag. And there it is. Scoreboard is performing in real time. Very impressed. 24 Bombers, 19 Sunshine City. That is a tight point gap. What a competitive bout.
Jamming for Bradentucky, we have Momentum up against Anaslaya. We have a Sunshine City Anaslaya lead jam as Momentum gets caught behind Sunshine City's line of blockers. But Anarchy and company see Sunshine City rolling back up. Both jammers pushing hard through those walls. So Momentum got knocked out of bounds, and she has to come in behind whoever knocks her out, generally speaking. But she is able to squeak through on that inside line, picking up 4 points for Bradentucky. Anarchy headed to the penalty box for what looked like a track cut. She's going to spend some time in there thinking about what she did as Anaslaya rolls back up on the Bradentucky wall. Anaslaya. She decided to call that jam off a little bit early after pushing through those walls a couple times and locking in a set of points for Sunshine City.
Bradentucky Bombers taking those 7 points in that jam, opening up that point gap by just a little bit. Let's see what Sherry Noble in teal can do about it for Sunshine City. She's up against number 14, Furious. Furiosa looks to the inside of the pack right there, and right away gets help. But unfortunately gets cleared to the ground herself. That was a double start to this jet. Jerry also struggling to get out of that excellent Bradentucky defense. Furiosa taking a goodbye hit from Liquor Posse, and she makes her way out, gets that lead jam pop. If you want to understand a little better what's going on here, we've got that ref pointing at Furiosa. That's because that ref is the jam ref pointing at that lead jammer. You're going to see that ref only point at the jammer and has that ability to control the game. They can call it off at any time. They're also probably the person scoring the point. All right, we've got another penalty against Sunshine City's jammer. This is once again a Bradentucky power jam. Only Bradentucky can score in the next 30 seconds as Jerry sits out in the sin bin over there. They've got penalty administrators making sure she gets exactly 20 seconds seating, 10 seconds standing, and then she gets to come back in. A rough hit by Rojo Grande. Takes Furiosa to the ground. Venom recycles on her. Another hard hit, but she finds a nice wide open lane to the outside and calls it off. And that means that this penalty on Sunshine City's jammer is going to split across jams. And unfortunately, Sunshine City is going to start with no jammer at the beginning of the next jam. And that poor jammer has to skate twice.
Swearodactyl approaching the jammer line for Bradentucky. Swearodactyl has a few moments to try and pick up a really quick lead jam for Bradentucky. Let's see if they can do it. Out of the penalty box, Sunshine City picks up lead jam. Calls the jam off really quickly, locks in a point. And as you can see, getting the lead jam, hey, calling off the jam after locking in 1 point, that's 1 more point.
That's 1 point that may have prevented 4 coming up coming off that Bradentucky jammer. Once again, we're going to see FE Bomber face off against Karate Hottie. Sherry Noble scored 1 point in that last jam, making it 38 Bradentucky Bombers, 23 Sunshine City as we're going. Karate Hottie finds that seam, and the Sunshine City defense that just rips it apart. Classic seam rip we just saw there. FE Bomber chasing her down. Now again, Karate Hottie has that lead jammer position. You can see that rep pointing at her. Oh, goes up on one skate. Liquor Posse makes the most of it. Clears her to the outside, doesn't quite catch her. She jukes around behind, scores the points, and keeps on going. If you're curious, it's 4 points per lap. It doesn't matter how many skaters are on the track. If a skater goes out for a penalty, you still get that ghost point. Just because they're in the penalty box doesn't mean they don't get those points. 4 points scored by both teams right now. Now we're up to 8 for the Bradentucky Bombers and 4 for Sunshine City. A tough apex jump by Karate Hottie gets cleared to the inside by Punisher. Rojo Grande skates her back there. That skate back is meant to kind of exhaust that jammer and just take the wind out of their sails. And in the end, classic roller derby, we had 8 points for both sides. No one gained an advantage, but they sure worked hard for it. 46 to 51.
We have momentum for Bradentucky up against Anastasia. Both off the line at the same time, and on 1 foot along the inside corner, it's Bradentucky lead jam. I've seen a couple of blockers in the box so far. Ooh. I turn around for a second. But momentum is right back up and approaching the pack. Morgan off in the penalty box for Bradentucky. With 3 blockers on the track, trying to make way for momentum to get through the Sunshine City line. Sarbanes-Foxy assisting momentum, pushing her through that line. Everybody's going to the penalty box today.
All right, just to be clear, you can skate backwards in this rule set, you whip the rule set, but you cannot make contact as you do so. At any point, you are skating backwards and throwing a hit, you have broken the rules. You're going to get this nice little directional call, this little bye-bye-bye move, and you're going to end up in that penalty box. And boy, people have found it today. In this one jam, I think we have 4?
Like Tally was saying, generally speaking, you cannot knock another skater if you skate backwards.
Yeah, you're going to want to skate backwards if you, for example, knock someone out and then want to force them to reset further back on the track. It's a great way to exhaust them, take the progress out of the play so far, but you can also ruin a play that way. Everybody gets to be in the penalty box. Very nice. All right, Furiosa is jamming against Sherry Noble here in this jam. Furiosa for Bradentucky in red and black pushes through, knocking Liquor Bossy to the ground. Sherry Noble, unfortunately, gets a penalty, making it once again a Bradentucky Bombers out for 30 seconds. Only Furiosa can score in this jam. She also has that lead jammer position. The Bradentucky Bombers have a significant amount of control over this jam. Tripod setting up over here for the Bombers. Kind of an unusual move there. Unfortunately, Furiosa really doesn't have any offense here, so she's having to fight Sunshine City all on her own. And Sunshine City's making the most of it. Rojo and Liquor are not letting her through. A 2-skater wall is enough to hold her back right now. Meanwhile, Intoxicate is taking a goat here by taking Doomsday Adams and pushing her back. So what the purpose of that goat is by kind of penning up that skater in the back, you control where the pack is. Oh, unfortunately, there was a trap cut by Furiosa, meaning it is now, for the first time in this bout, a Sunshine City bout! We have a pass to Rojo Grande. Rojo Grande is now the only one who can score for the next 30 seconds in this jam. That pass is when the jammer with the star in the helmet takes that helmet cover off. They pass it to the pivot. The pivot is the one with the stripe on their helmet. That stripe means they are the only one who can receive that pass. In this case, that was Rojo Grande, ready to switch over to jammer at any time. Speaking of pivot, unfortunately, Testicles just got a penalty as well. That means that Bradentucky is going to continue to skate one down. That was a lot of action, a lot of penalties, and there's the score. 7 for the Bradentucky Bombers, 4 for Sunshine City. That's one of the exciting things about roller derby is both teams can score at any time, and they did.
And we have a timeout. I want to go ahead and remind everybody that we have a raffle going to this evening. Every roller derby bout, we choose a charity that is near and dear to our hearts, and all the raffle proceeds this evening are going to Also Youth, an amazing charity who helps with LGBT youth in Manatee and Sarasota counties. It is 1 ticket for $1, 5 tickets for $3, and for arm's length, looking at $20 for tickets arm's length. And again, all proceeds this evening are going to go to that charity. We will be drawing those raffles at the beginning of the second half, so you do have some time. But while you pick up your raffle tickets, you can head down to our Bradentucky merch area. We've got some amazing Bradentucky swag, including some new t-shirts this season. So it's, hey, stock up for the rest of the bout season. Make sure you got your shirts to show your team spirit.
If you need to use the bathroom, it is back out those two doors there. Just keep going straight to the next two doors and make a left. There's the bathrooms for you. We also have water out there. Wow. I mean, water, that's nice. We're doing better than a concert. Free water. Amazing. We also have food here. We're selling cotton candy. Please support the team over here. And we've got merch tables for both Bradentucky Bombers and Sunshine City Roller Derby. We are back in. State Masochist takes on Lee Jammer for the Bradentucky Bombers in the red and black. She's up against Crush Groove. Oh, I'm sorry, Swearodactyl. I'm sorry about that. Not State Masochist. Swearodactyl is jamming for the Bradentucky Bombers in red and black. And just like that, she scores her points and called off. That is a classic hit it and quit it here in roller derby. Scores 4 points during that jam. Sunshine City Roller Derby sneaks 2 points off the back of that jam, making it just a 2-point gap. 77 Bombers, 41 Sunshine City.
Next on the jam line, we have joint custody and FE Bomber. Joint custody just springs off the line a little bit sooner, but it is FE Bomber who picks up lead jam for Sunshine City. Both jammers almost neck and neck there. And Effie's turn to hit it and quit it, locking in 4 points for Sunshine City.
That was a pretty killer hit. I think of this rule set as wrestling on skates, and sometimes it really is. That was an intense way to get through that back. 4 points for Sunshine City in that one. 1 point for Bradentucky Bombers. A huge jam for Sunshine City, making it 78-45. I see Karate Hottie jamming once again for Bradentucky Bombers in the red and black. In teal for Sunshine City, it's Anastasia. Right away, Karate Hottie finds it to the inside. Morgan did an excellent job in that stripe for just opening up that back, but unfortunately, Karate Hottie also got a penalty. It is, for only the second time in this bout, a Sunshine City power jam. Only Anastasia can score in this jam for the next 30 seconds, and I see another penalty on Bradentucky Bombers. That means that they're going to be skating down as defense person as well. Oh, all right, we've got a... Looks like we had a cut track on the jammer for Sunshine City as well, creating a little bit of confusion there. All right, both jammers are good now. If Anastasia had just jumped back onto the track after cutting the track like that, she would have ended up with a penalty rather than just a warning. And then you have both jammers in the box and it becomes a real match. Well, for as hard a fight that was, it doesn't look like any points were scored. Still 78-45.
In the last few jams, having to do, you've heard things like back block, elbows. So way back in the day, Roller derby, rules were a little bit different. Nowadays, you can't elbow somebody, you can't shove another player who's not on your team. You can push and pull on your own team all day long, but you cannot push somebody else from the other team. You can't lay your forearms on them, anything like that. You can't headbutt people, you can't trip them. So things like that, back block, elbow, low block, high block for the head. You may hear those things. Sometimes it happens. If it happens, if it's kind of an accident, it's incidental, it's not too bad, they may let it go. And if it's bad enough, you're headed to the penalty box, and it seems like it's been one of those nights.
I see that Magoo has done an excellent job of showing us who called this timeout. A kiss is blown from the scoreboard table. They did such an amazing job. Wow. Look at that timeout. Whose timeout again? Well, I know who it was. Amazing. Incredible. Wow. A beautifully delivered timeout. So the main penalty that we have seen so far tonight, it seems like, is that directional. So you can kind of hit as you're facing backwards, but you've got to absorb that, let it all relax in derby direction, which is counterclockwise. And unfortunately, a number of players have violated that rule on both sides, surprisingly. So we have this official review right now by the Bradentucky Bombers to review what I suspect is a review of a penalty against their jammer. If they are successful, they get a jammer in the next gym right off the top. If they are not, then this is going to be what is called a power start for Sunshine City Roller Derby. So not only do you get that power jam where your jammer's out, but on top of that, you start off without a jammer on the other side, so you end up in that rare circumstance where you can play all offense right off the top of the gym. If you have a good plan, being able to play all offense and not having to think about defense at all can make things very simple for you. Of course, bad news for you, the other team has a very simple plan too, play all defense. They don't need to worry at all about getting their jammer out since they know they're sitting in the penalty box. But it's still ultimately an advantage for that team that has that power start because an established lead jammer, that's it. They control the whole for a full 2 minutes, even if it's just 10 seconds in the box. The whole rest of that time, they own that jammer. So we have a snack bar that has beer, chicken fingers, fries, all sorts of child delights over there. Basic chicken items and fried things.
There's no hotter there than someone asked me the other day, they're like, are you nerdy and all? And I was like,
Some of the merch that Bradentucky is selling over there, they have tees, tints, stickers, and koozies. Go and check them out over there, just under the logo there, and of course, Sunshine City. The roller derby is set up, very similar items available as well. Thank you so much for coming out in the first place to help out these two scrappy little local roller derby teams who are really helping your community out. And they're really helping these teams empower these skaters. They really just take people from around the community and turn them into ninjas on skates, and they get to find out they're capable of a lot more than they realize. So, roller derby's ability to kind of just turn your average person into a hero is one of those wonderful things about this sport. Oh, it looks like the officials have made the decision.
And in the event that you have some family or friends who are unable to make it out tonight, it does appear that we are live on the Bradentucky Bombers Roller Derby Facebook page. So send a link on over to your friends and family and have them tune in with you. Now as we get back to this, we have F Bomber Power Jam for Sunshine City. Let's see if they can pick up lead jam before Bradentucky's out of the box. And they do it, lead jam, Sunshine City. through those lines before Bradentucky's out of the box. Tries to cut to the outside, but she gets knocked out by Intoxicate. Calls that jam off before Karate Hottie can make her lap. Looks like 4 points for Sunshine City.
All right. Sunshine City made the most of that power jam there with that hit it and quit it, calling it off just as that opposing jammer entered. Obviously, Bradentucky was non-successful in their challenge review, and there's your 4 points just off the top of that. I can see why they challenged it. Furiosa jamming once again versus Crush Groove. Crush Groove delivering that rare jammer block off the line, and it sure worked. She almost cleared Furiosa off the track to the outside. Finds it again. Oh. And it's a directional. All right, Crush Groove unfortunately skated backwards as she threw that last jammer hit. Maybe I was talking about too much and it just got too exciting. Meaning it is once again a Bradentucky Bombers power jam. For the next 30 seconds, only Furiosa can score in this jam. Both teams set up. It looks like Bradentucky was trying to open up the inside there. And they were successful in part because they had a tripod locking up Violet Venom, one of the Sunshine City roller derby team over there. That is called a goat. When you control that goat in the back like that, what you're doing is trying to lock up that one skater. That becomes the pack. The pack is the center of the action. There's 20 feet in either direction outside that pack that you're allowed to hit. If you get outside of that 20 feet, those refs are going to call you for hitting out of play, and just like that, you're going to lose that blocker for 30 seconds. So they really want to control that, and that goat is a great way to decide exactly where a hit can happen.
Swearadactyl on the jam line for Bradentucky up against Cherry Noble for Sunshine City. Swearadactyl goes on the outside, cuts in, gets knocked out solidly by the Sunshine City pivot. But Sunshine City's jammer is not through yet. And it looks like the Bradentucky pivot, Test Tickles, took that jammer star. Has become Bradentucky jammer, but so has Sunshine City's pivot. Rojo took that jammer star. So because that jammer star got passed, this is going to be the full 2 minutes. But now we do have a Sunshine City power jam. It's up to Bradentucky to hold that jammer back until their jammer's out of the box. And it's up to Rojo to pick up as many points as they can before Tess gets out. A solid hit by Bradentucky knocks Rojo out. Sends Rojo to the back of the pack. As Test Tickles sneaks up on the pack. But Sunshine City saw them coming, knocked them down, sent them back to the penalty box. Another Sunshine City power jam for Rojo, 2 in 1 go. Rojo calls that jam off, allowing Sunshine City to start this next jam as the only skater on the track.
All right, that was obviously a huge jam for Sunshine City Roller Derby. 12 points. scored by Sunshine City Roller Derby, the highest scoring jam of the entire bout so far. A 10-point difference, 2 points scored by Bradentucky Bombers, but also they were able to power start this. If Anastasia can get out of this pack before Tess Tickles sneaks back in, you are going to have lead jammer for Sunshine City Roller Derby. I think they've figured out by now that Tess is back in. Everyone's seen the ball enough that I don't mind announcing it. All right, Tess steals that lead jammer position despite starting off in the penalty box. Very impressive. And Sunshine City now is the one that is skating down. Nope, never mind, everybody's skating down. Everyone is just having a party in the penalty box.
That's the place to be, apparently, tonight.
Maybe they're serving that delightful cotton candy over in the penalty box. Maybe they heard there's delicious snacks. All right, Punisher is back in. She's trading up for Hurricane Twilight, who's now in the penalty box. Really a good time in there. Meanwhile, what's left of the pack is fighting it out. Tess looking for an opening in this chaos. That kind of chaos can be pretty difficult to deal with as a jammer because you really don't know where you can make it through and where you're just going to get swept out by the action. Tess locked up by Punisher and Frankenstein. That ends that mess of a jam. 7 points for the Bombers, nothing for Sunshine City, 97-61.
And that set of spills on that first turn is exactly why we call our seating over there trackside the danger zone. Momentum and Cherry Noble were going to jam. We're going to hang off for a minute. With at present, we have 1 minute 6 seconds left in this first half. I do want to remind you, we do have those raffle tickets. 1 ticket for $1, 5 tickets for $3, and for $20, you're going to get a length of tickets, arm's length. And all the proceeds are going to be going to Also Youth, our amazing charity for this evening.
All right, this is a ref's timeout. Magoo doing an amazing job of showing us what that looked. Nice job, Magoo. Incredible work out there by Magoo. I believe that was because Sunshine City was supposed to have both the jammer and the blocker in the box. They had just the blocker, and so now it's all good. Only Jim can score at the top of this, making it once again a Bradentucky Bombers power jam.
It was fun.
Momentum breaks through right away. Gets cleared out by Godzilla, but Godzilla doesn't quite stay in the lines, and so Momentum is able to jump right back on the track. If Godzilla kept inside of the track, Momentum would have to cycle all the way back behind, and that could have really taken the wind out of her sails. Very difficult to throw it, make it like a stay in bounds. Hurricane Twilight and Dolly Densar put their hands up, not because they're quitters, but because once you were that far out of play, you're outside that 20 feet I was talking about earlier, you are not allowed to throw a hit anymore. This may be the last jam of this quarter. Momentum getting sent way back. Meanwhile, Cherry Noble getting sent to the penalty box. Bad news for Sunshine City Roller Derby. It is once again, twice within this jam, a Bradentucky Bombers power jam. Godzilla does an excellent job of recycling on Momentum, but both skaters end up in bounds this time. That means that Momentum gets to continue sailing forward 101-61 with 4 points in the jam so far. Oh, Momentum has a penalty as well. And so as soon as she hits that box, the timer begins ticking for Cherry Noble to get out onto the track. Cherry Noble is, yes, that is, you are now the jammer. The only jammer that can score for however long. Momentum. Oh no, Cherry might not understand how this part works. Okay. So normally the way that that works is whoever's in the penalty box, they are supposed to serve 30 seconds. It would be boring to watch roller derby where there are no jammers, no one can score points. So Once that other point scorer, that jammer, enters the box, however long they were there, that second jammer that showed up serves only that time. Meanwhile, the one that was already in the box leaves immediately. So, Cherry would have left after serving, say, 17 seconds. Momentum would have served that 17 seconds and then go up.
We have an official timeout. I guess they're ironing some of the things out of whatever happened that last jam. As they do that official timeout, though, there's a couple of folks who we want to recognize this February. We have some February birthdays. So we want to wish a happy birthday to Ray Skywalker, Sharkbait, Sarbanes-Foxy, Crash Control, one of our refs tonight, and of course, Sarbanes-Foxy out there on the track right now, preparing for maybe another jam, don't know, or was that, might be it for this mix. What do you think?
All right, it's halftime. It's time to go eat something, guys. We have cotton candy for you. We got the food out there. We got the beer. If you aren't going to have beer, you can be in an action seat, though. It's water only here in the action seats. We want you completely sober. If we're going to send skaters flying into you, we like you sober for that. You can drink up in the stands there. And let's just mention some more of our vendors. We have a raffle over there, $1 for a ticket, or if you like to save some money, $3 will get you 5 tickets, and those tickets have some really awesome prizes available. We have plushies, handmade by Kai Fury, right over here at the score table. You can see this amazing human being. We have a 5-pack of yoga classes to Thrive Yoga and Fitness, Bradenton's premier beginner-friendly yoga studio. We have a planned arrangement by Green Thumb Girls, and we have a Red Roses arrangement by Lady Nature, aka Kurt the Culturalist, Bradentucky's very own lovely local florist.
And Thrive Yoga and Fitness, actually, Karate Hottie, one of your jammers this evening for Bradentucky, that is her business. So if you want to hang out with her, definitely put your ticket in that box for that raffle. And again, Also Youth is our charity this evening. Also Youth provides peer support services, educational programs, advocacy, and referrals for LGBTQ youth of ages 13 to 24, for families, friends, and the supporting community. These services and programs enhance youth self-esteem, promote healthy dialogue, and increase the awareness of everyday problems and concerns faced by LGBTQ+ youth. Also Youth is represented tonight by their executive director, Becky McDonough, who we will probably hear from here towards the end of halftime. And that being said, I am going to go grab something to drink. As we enter this halftime, make sure that you pick up those raffle tickets. We are going to see you at the end of intermission here in about 10 minutes.
Show.
left in intermission. If you are a ref, non-skating official, or skater, and you are not yet on the track, please head to the track. We cannot start this game without you. We're also going to do a last call for raffle tickets. And again, the raffle proceeds tonight are all going to go to this month's charity, Also Youth. Also Youth provides peer support services, educational programs, advocacy, and referrals for LGBTQ plus youth, ages 13 to 24, their families, friends, and the supporting community. These services and programs enhance youth self-esteem, promote healthy dialogue, and increase the awareness of everyday problems and concerns faced by LGBTQ plus youth. Also Youth is represented tonight by their executive director, Becky McDonough, and they do have a table there as well. And I want to draw attention, we have our Manatee Pride Fest, which is going to be presented by Also Youth. It's going to be Saturday, March 11th from 12 to 5 p.m. at Rossi Park, Bradentucky Riverwalk. It is free admission and a fun family event showcasing live entertainment, music, food, refreshments, health checks, and more. We have some flyers for Manatee Pride at the Also Youth table, so please make sure you head down there. It is $1 for one ticket, $3 for 5 tickets, and for $20, some tickets the length of your arms. Still got time to pick those up. And then I believe this next whistle is going to get our game back underway.
We're going to try and figure out the sound here. Oh, it's working. Joint custody for Bradentucky Bombers versus Drew. Monitor takes joint custody to the ground, but joint custody does an excellent job of recovering. Takes lead jammer, as you can tell, it's crash control. That's your lead jammer there. I'm told it's also birthday right now. Very exciting birthday for that right there. Crush Groove. She's in joint custody down now. Bradentucky Bombers already have 4 points on the board, making 109 to 61. Joint custody crashes through the middle there. Scores the final 4 points. But Sunshine City, Crush Groove steals 2 points off the back of that gem. That's one of the great things about roller derby. You can score at any time, either team.
Karate Hottie on the line for Bradentucky up against Effie Bomber. And again, you still have some time to pick up those raffle tickets. Karate Hottie, the owners of Thrive Yoga and Fitness. And pick up a raffle prize. Karate Hottie down in that first straightaway. Effie Bomber pushing against Bradenton. Lead jam, Sunshine City. Effie hits and quits it, locks in. 3 points for Sunshine City. A Karate Hottie picked up 3 points for Bradentucky as well. And at the start of this now second half, we're looking at Bradentucky leading Sunshine City 116 to 66.
Everyone gets 3 points in that last jam. I scored 3 points, you scored 3 points, and Nick, but we all get 3 points. Pretty good stuff there. It's a clean penalty box. Look at how clean these two teams are. Momentum. Jamming for the Bradentucky Bombers in red and black. But Anastasia, lead jammer for Sunshine City Roller Derby. Major opportunity to score right now for what is currently the underdogs. And unfortunate Momentum commits a penalty, putting her in the penalty box alongside W. Death Star. Only Sunshine City for 30 seconds. Oh, and it looks like Sunshine City Roller Derby is going to get a power start out of it in this next jam.
Sunshine City. Sunshine City leads the charge through the Bradentucky line, trying to make space for Cherry Noble. Joint custody pushing back on Liquor Posse. And Intoxicate knocks down Cherry Noble. Momentum out of the box. Both teams now at full strength. Gonna see who gets through that pack first. Bradentucky is trying to bridge out and stretch that pack. They were able to do it. Holding Cherry Noble back. But Sunshine City knocks Bradentucky's jammer out. Finally, looks like we got a lead jammer. It's Momentum Bradentucky. After that fight, Momentum picked up 4 points and decided to call that jam off. And not a bad decision, especially because the Sunshine City pivot had picked up the jammer star.
What an incredible jam. I think what happened there was Cherry Noble tried to call off the jam before she had actually established the lead jammer. You let that get out, unfortunately. Both teams were just crushing those jammers, knocking to the inside to the outside, holding them back up almost like a throw. Crash Groove takes a lead jammer right away for Sunshine City Roller Derby. Major opportunity for what is currently a team that is down by almost twice the score here. So, all right, meanwhile, Bradentucky Bombers kind of wise here, doing a pass to Swear. Oh, Jackal. Crash Groove scores a point, and does one of the most pronounced call-offs I've seen in a long time. I love the emphasis there. 72 points now for Sunshine City, up from 68, 4-point game there. The Bombers remain at 120. Heavy Bomber versus Karate Hottie. Once again, you've seen this face off before, we're going to see it again. Meanwhile, setting up the raffle here, looks like we're going to get a call in just a moment. Heavy Bomber fighting, sees Intoxicate, throwing out incredible defense we've seen all afternoon. Gets through, lead jammer. Sunshine City Roller Derby is taking that lead jammer position much more often in this second half. That is definitely something that we can see. Fighting, one. Heavy Bomber recovers and takes off. She has scored her 4 points and decides I'm going to keep on going. Liquor Posse fighting it out with Karate Hottie, makes it through as well. Lead jammer remains in Heavy Bomber's position. Goes for the apex jump, doesn't quite make it. Sees Karate Hottie coming as she re-enters, calls it up. But the Bradentucky Bombers managed to score 3 there in the end. So even though Sunshine City stole that lead jammer position, they did not point delta in their favor there. 7 for the Bombers, 4 for Sunshine City, making it 127-76. Furiosa versus Anastasia. Jamming in this next jam, I see 2 members of Sunshine City in the box. That means that it is going to be much harder to get that jammer out for the skaters in teal, and sure enough, Anastasia is stuck back there. Meanwhile, we are about to call this raffle. If you bought a raffle ticket, please find that ticket in your pocket or wherever it is stored. We'll have to call some numbers here for you. Furiosa in that lead jammer position for the Bradentucky Bombers has managed to score 4 points so far. Anastasia gets cleared out as Frankenfine tries to throw some but just a little too early. Anastasia is stuck to the inside there by Testicles. Joint custody braces for Anastasia, looks for a way around. Furiosa cuts through to the inside, swallows to the middle, and scores another 4 points. Keeps on going, currently 135-76. It looks like we have a penalty against joint custody. That puts a blocker in the box for both teams. That is going to make it a jammer favoring Jam right now. You can see both jammers having a little bit easier time trying to sail through. Anarchy slams Anastasia to the ground. Even though they're skating down a blocker, the Bombers are just throwing hard hits and taking Anastasia to the ground, and that is really what is holding up Sunshine City Roller Derby right now. As Furiosa sails through to 12 points in this jam, 20 seconds left on his 2-minute clock. A little bit of confusion there. All right, the final score for that jam is 20 points. 20 points for the Bombers, and we've got a timeout for the Bradentucky Bombers. Look at Magoo. Wow. I know exactly who called that timeout. Incredible performance. That's what you really come here for, is the timeout direction arms by Magoo. I paid $15 just to see that timeout call. It's amazing.
And the first raffle that we're going to call is going to be for the floral arrangement. The floral arrangement, ticket number 468327. 468327. Congratulations. You have won the floral arrangement. Please take your ticket down to the Also Youth table. The next raffle is going to be for the crochet plushies. For the crochet plushies, ticket number 468132. 468132. Congratulations. Also, please take your ticket down to the Also You. Looks like somebody won down there. Somebody's happy down there won. There we go. And if you did win, you can actually go down to the Also Youth table. To the Also Youth table.
The refs right now are reviewing what was probably not a legal start pass. What happens is the pass works this way. You take the star off your helmet, you hand it to exactly one person and one person only, and that is the pivot. The scoreboard has dropped their giant water canteen, enough to get you through a whole desert day. Very loud. Take that star off your helmet, you hand it to the pivot only. You hand it directly to them. They put it on without concealing it, and off they go, running out the gym. You can't do anything else. You can't hand it to somebody else and they hand it off. You can't throw it. And it seems like that may be what happened here. The refs are reviewing it and trying to figure out what to do with that situation. Because unfortunately, no one really understood what was going on after that penalty was called, and I think we just had someone kind of hanging out in the middle of the track for a while. We're going to come back to the raffle in just a moment, but right now we are back in. The penalty is good. Anastasia sitting in the sin bin. I think we're throwing a star. We are all learning a little bit more about roller derby today. Momentum is the only one who can score at the top of this jam. It's a Bradentucky power star. Huge opportunity for Bradentucky because not only can that jammer score, they can also control this jam. They have an opportunity to get through that defense. If they can get through it quickly enough, they can establish lead jammer unchallenged. Of course, Sunshine City Roller Derby is not interested in having that happen. They are going to do their best to cut momentum down, and so far they are doing it. Liquor clears momentum to the inside, skates her back, and then skates on back. To slow her down, Rojo Grande clears her once again to the inside and skates her back into the loving arms of that Sunshine City Roller Derby defense. Venom goes to clear to the outside, but doesn't quite get hard enough. Liquor says that's fine, I'll just clear to the inside. Momentum cleared again, and just like that, that power start has fallen apart. That jammer that was sitting in that bouncy box is now free to engage. Doomsday Adams clears momentum to the inside. And unfortunately, momentum is still locked up back there. Meanwhile, we have a properly executed star pass, not thrown in the air this time. They've seen it by now. Rojo Grande now jamming for Sunshine City Roller Derby. Meanwhile, momentum does an amazing job of just barely staying at her skates on the outside, takes a rough hit with Liquor, and basically skates right on that edge. Establishes lead jammer and calls it off. That was an intense jam. Very few points scored. A lot of action. Looks like 4 points for Sunshine City Roller Derby. None for Bradentucky Bombers. 147 to 80 is the score after an incredible amount of work by both sides. Very impressive. Swear O'Dactyl jamming once again in the red and black for Bradentucky Bombers versus F.E. Bomber. The pack tightens up into quite the mess, but F.E. Bomber finds a lane that middle and outside. Some excellent offense by the Bradentucky Bombers opens it back up for Swear O'Dactyl, but it is too late. F.E. Bomber has already established that lead jammer position for Sunshine City Roller Derby. Incredible seam rip there by F.E. Bomber, but Anarchy just barely catches her creeping around behind her. Catches her, throws her to the inside. F.E. Bomber has to juke left, right, finds her way through, scores her 4 points, keeps on going. 47 to 84. Sunshine City Roller Derby may be done, but they are chipping up those points in this jam. Two blockers in the box as we end that jam. That is going to make this a very defense-light jam as we start off this next one, with Bradentucky having 2 in the box and no one for Sunshine City Roller Derby. We've got a full pack, 4 skaters playing defense and O for Crush Groove. Meanwhile, Karate High is going to have to fight their way through with just those 2 trying to make a mess of what Sunshine City's trying to put together. 4 points scored by both jammers in that last jam, so no delta at all. Karate Hottie finds her way through anyway. Liquor Posse leaps ahead to try to recycle on him, doesn't quite make it happen, but has established lead jammer Karate Hottie for the Bradentucky Bombers. It's gotten a little bit difficult for her. So even if Crush Groove is not the lead jammer, by keeping up with Karate Hottie like this creates pressure on Karate Hottie, and kind of forces Karate Hottie to come up with something. You can't just keep on sailing through when you see that other jammer breathing down the back of your neck, and that's what happened there. Karate Hottie gets cleared to the outside. Knows Crush Groove is coming and says, I'm not going to try and score any more points here. A delta of just 1, 5 points scored by the Bombers for Sunshine City. Sherry Noble back on the track for the Sunshine City in teal versus Furiosa in red and black for the Bradentucky Bombers. Sherry Noble does a little dance, a little jammer dance before we jam. Why not? Do a little dance. Both jammers end up fighting the same part of the path. It basically just locks up some of the strongest defense of both teams. Dolly Jeffstar delivers a party blow for Furiosa as she establishes lead. Jamie got the off the whistle of the jammer up there. We had a pass by Sunshine City that led to quite a bit of confusion. I think that is going to lead to either a review or a timeout by Sunshine City to figure out what happened there. It looks like Cherry was trying to pass the punisher, and I don't really know what happened. But what I do know is that Magoo is doing a killer job of telling us who the timeout kicker. Thank you, Magoo. Incredible. I'm going to start having Magoo tell the kids which way they need to go in the morning. This is incredible work. I immediately know what's going on. Sounds like it's 468-282. $468-299. Do you have 468-299? Anyone who bought a raffle ticket, please take a look at your tickets if you have 468-299. As a reminder, you can buy these amazing skaters a drink tonight at Canopy Bar. The official after party will be there. Canopy Bar and Grill at 3503 US 301 in Ellenton, Florida. Again, that is 3503 US 301, or if you just want to Google it, Canopy Bar and Grill will be the after party tonight. Come by these skaters a drink, they deserve it. They have been working hard tonight. We have upcoming bouts for both teams. Sunshine City roller derby's next bout will be February 25th. Come on up to St. Petersburg and check us out. We play at Youth Park. It is a roller rink that the Lightning, the hockey team, put together. Very cool. And April 15th, Bradentucky will be in an all-gender bout right here in Elton against Magic City Mayhem. That is going to be an intense bout. Check out their websites, Bradentucky Bombers and Sunshine City Roller Derby, or their social media to keep up with their bounce schedule and find one that fits your schedule. FU Bomber versus Joint Custody. I believe this is the first time we've seen Joint Custody start off as Jammer in this bout. Both Jammers being very cautious. Oh! FU Bomber sees that opening. That's through and Joint Custody tries to exploit it. Joint Custody takes out Liquor Bossiers from last defense. They do it. FU Bomber scores. Her voice called it off. Let's see if she called it off in time. She did not. Oh, she got 4 points there, but Joint Custody very sneaky scored 2 points before that call off was complete. When that call off happens, the refs start blowing out that recent tweet, and if by the end of that other jammer has gotten through and past any hips, they get those points off the back end of that jam. 162 to 96 Momentum versus Sherry Noble. Sherry trapped by an excellent tripod there in the back. Douglas, Starbanes, Foxy, and Anna do some excellent defense by Bennett coming out of that bouncy ball. Comes crashing through that tripod, blowing into this. Meanwhile, Momentum, unfortunately, has a penalty against her, allowing Sherry Noble to be the lead jammer for Sunshine City Roller Derby. It really looked to me like Momentum was going to get it, but that penalty just as she tried to exit the back. Sherry Noble crashes through part of the pack there, goes down, gets back up, an excellent tripod once again. Sarbanes Foxy, Douglas, and Anarchy Punisher. True to her namesake, breaks that tripod to pieces and gets Sherry Noble through to 3 points before Momentum can exit that penalty box. But it looks like Momentum was able to exit it as that jam ended. Oh, we're not sure. All right, it looks like she was able to exit before that jam ended, and that means that there will not be a power start in this next jam. Looks like Swear O'Dactyl versus Crush Groove. Both jammers fighting an excellent defense by both teams. Oh, it is chaos in the middle there. That tripod by Bradentucky falls apart, intoxicated, almost goes down, recycles with incredible speed up to the front of that pack. Crush Groove sees Swear O'Dactyl getting away, tries to throw a jammer here, and ends up going down herself, and now is out of this pack. Unfortunately, she has a penalty against her, meaning only Swear O'Dactyl can score for the next 30 seconds, making it a Bradentucky Bombers power jam. Swear O'Dactyl fighting. What is more of a wall than a tripod there goes down hard. Rojo Grande doesn't just skate her back, she actually has a penalty against it, clearing Crush Groove from the box. Again, the way that works is the jammer that was sitting, however long they were there, the jammer that enters, they sit for just no longer. Crush Groove sails right into that back, clearing it almost to pieces, and sails on through now, has an opportunity to score. But so far, neither jammer has scored. As neither of this jam has looked. There you go, Crush Groove scores her points, keeps on going, 4 points for Sunshine City. No one can call it off anymore. We don't have a lead jammer. 4 points for the Bradentucky Bombers there. No point delta. All right, 4 points for Sunshine City as well as Crush Groove sails through. So currently, it is a 4-point difference in favor of Sunshine City. Doomsday Adams does a great job on the outside of that tripod, stopping Swear O'Dactyl in the tracks. Very challenging jam comes to an end. 10 points for Sunshine City, 8 for Bradentucky Bombers, a 2-point difference. but definitely some big help for Sunshine City, who have that down for most of this bout. 170 to 109. Every bomber lining up once again for Sunshine City. Looks like Karate is going to be up against it. Karate finds it to the middle. Every bomber almost gets through as well, but unfortunately ends up with a penalty instead. Once again, it is a takes a hard hit from Punisher. And ends up with a penalty for it. So Karate Hottie has 4 points on the board, but just like that, she just cleared every bomber out of the box. Every bomber re-enters now back to back. Oh, yeah! Sunshine City roller derby can score for the next however many seconds that Effie was seated there. Sarbanes-Foxy and Anarchy setting up that defense. Oh, Frankenfine sees it coming and just blows open that defense. Could have pulled through that barn door. That was an amazing offensive play. Effie Bomber looking to take it to the inside and finds it. Bradentucky Bombers were skating down properly during those initial points score, currently 8-4. Once again, Sunshine City is the only one who can score as once again the Bradentucky Bombers team goes out to the penalty box, making this a Sunshine City power game. Oh, Douglas goes out as well. Both teams are fighting hard right now. Saved by the clock on that one. 2 minutes ends that jam. The score in that jam ended up being 10 for Sunshine City, 5 for Bradentucky Bombers. 2 members of the Bombers are in the box, including their jammer. Looks like an official review. All right, we have a review by the Bradentucky Bombers. Just a timeout. But the refs are discussing what happened anyway. That was chaos. That was a very intense jam. If everything holds, the way that things usually come together, Sunshine City is going to have a huge advantage coming into this next jam. They'll be skating against the team that is not only missing the blocker, but also their jammer. So that will be a power start for Sunshine City. I am sure they are speaking right now with their head coach, Candy Corn, over there to come up with how it is they're going to make the most of this power start. All right, this power start is just 3 seconds long. Sunshine City Roller Derby has to make something happen. In 3 seconds, they're going to make the most of this power start. So yes, they start without an opposing jammer, but in 3 seconds, Karate is going to come off of this penalty box and come hauling in. And I'm sure, given her performance tonight, it will be at high speed. Sherry Noble is the only one who can score for the next 3 seconds in this power jam. Fighting. Joint custody, one-on-one joint custody. Clears her to the outside, and just like that, Karate Hottie has stolen that lead jammer position. Started in the penalty box. Very impressive. Joint custody clears Sherry to the outside once again. Skates her all the way back to the back. Scores from 4 points run going. They're currently 179 to 119, a 60-point gap. Karate Hottie committing a penalty as she tries to score that next lap's worth of points. Meanwhile, both teams have seen it by now, so it's safe to tell you Rojo Grande is taking the pass from Cherry Noble. There is no lead jammer out there. No one can call it off. We're going the full 2 minutes right now. But it is currently a Sunshine City roller derby power jam. That means you've got a jammer in the box. Normally both teams can score, but not right now. It's just all offense for Sunshine City roller derby. All defense for Bradentucky Bombers. And so far, Bradentucky Bombers have pulled it off. Karate Hottie re-entering the pack and taking off, scoring for points and continuing on down around. And there you go. 8 points so far in this jam now for the Bombers. 4 for Sunshine City. Rojo doing an excellent job of fighting it out with joint custody, but does not get run back. So it's an opportunity to make the most of that. Karate Hottie comes crashing into that Sunshine City pack and unfortunately ends up with what I believe was a back block, and so ends up back in the box as that jam ends. All right, Rojo was able to do it. Rojo pulled points off the very end of that jam. It ended up being just a 1 point scored by the Bombers before that penalty was committed. Another 4 by Sunshine City, making it a 1 point delta. So as hard as that jam was, 9 points, it's a 1 difference. The Bombers gained really just a point in the delta, 184 to 127. We may just find our final raffle winner. My co-announcer, Enigma, is doing an amazing job of basically chasing down every single winner right now by just yelling on the power of his strength and of his voice alone. While they review that, I just want to mention some of the awesome sponsors that made this out possible. Jerk Dog Records, Sarasota Ford, the Veterinary Emergency Group, Red Feather Salon, Hiatus Tequila, and Karate Hottie's very own Thrive Yoga and Fitness. Enigma has done it. All raffle winners have been identified. Enigma is exhausted, gonna take a hot nap now. Get Enigma some crackers, get some beer. And buy Enigma a beer at the after party. It's at the Canopy Bar and Grill. Enigma worked so hard to make sure the wedding's Bro, yeah. So what we had there was back-to-back penalties on jammers. More Bradentucky Bombers than Sunshine City, I suppose. Right now, we have Karate Hottie in the box. Spent quite a bit of time in that box during that jam. Scored a lot of points, but also scored some quite a few penalties on the other side. And I believe they're reviewing that now. I believe 7 penalties is the max that you can have before you're booted from the entire game. So you gotta watch out for that. I don't know if we're at risk of that. 7 is the number. I don't know how close we are to that, but back-to-back power jams, obviously very difficult. Crush Brew jamming in this jam at the top. She's the only one who can score in this jam. We're giving Sunshine City Roll a community power jam for about 2 seconds. And now she's going to skate in and clear that box. And out goes the other jammer. All right. And it is now a Bradentucky Bombers power jam. Just like that. Both teams are fighting real hard, and that means penalty sometimes. Not the cleanest way to do it. So again, however long that previous jam was in the box, that's how long the jam returns frozen. And so just I love that it was back-to-back messes.
Y'all are doing all the yelling that I can't do, and I love it. Thank you.
With 3 minutes 50 seconds left in this game, your Bradentucky Bombers lead Sunshine City 184 to 127. On the jam line, we have Furiosa for Bradentucky. And Anastasia for Sunshine City. Both jammers definitely have to push through the pack. It is Furiosa, though, who gets the first lead jam, Bradentucky. The Bradentucky blockers holding Sunshine City's jammer back as Furiosa skates on through. Easy breezy, 4 points for Bradenton. And the Bombers notice that Rojo has picked up the jammer star. As both lines get ready for Furiosa reapproaching the pack. It is Zambolina and company working hard to keep Rojo back. And it looks like 2 Sunshine City skaters headed to the box, Rojo being one of them for a forearm penalty, giving us a Bradentucky power jam. Well, power start anyway. That would be the end of that jam. And in what could, we're pushing it, might be the last jam of this game. Going to see joint custody on the jam line for Bradenton.
So Rojo Grande is currently in the box for Sunshine City Roller Derby. Confusing champion. Suddenly the final jam. There's less time on the game clock than there is on the jam clock. This is probably our final jam. Position during this Bradentucky Bombers power jam. Anastasia really enters the jam, as does Both jammers can now score in this jam. John Kelsey does an incredible job of dancing around all these Stars defenses. 2 members of Sunshine City are now in the box. That is definitely going to slow down Sunshine City. Fighting, get out. That's in a hit. Can you hear me now? 3 Clears it to the inside, no problem. Leaping over the legs. Wow. Sarbanes Foxy throwing such a hard hit here. I think she took herself to the ground, flying to the back of the top. The last glancing blow. Lola finally, she took the last 4 points off that jam. 20 points for the Bombers, 4 for Sunshine City. Never mind, it's 7. Unexpected score for a reason. Outside reading these changes in real time, 220 to 142. What do the score?
As we wait to hear if that is the official score, everybody go ahead, come on down to trackside, because as our skaters do take their laps, get their victory laps in, you are more than welcome to put your hand on it and congratulate them. So come on down, come on down. And I do want to give a reminder that the fun does not stop here. We are all headed over to the canopy for the after party. I'm getting a burger. They have absolutely amazing burgers. And we have some drink specials there as well. So hey, come on down. As soon as I hear it's official, I'll let you know. Bradentucky taking their victory lap, your Bradentucky Bombers. For the first game of the 2023 season.
But it's all love and roller derby. Bradentucky Bombers were so kind to have Sunshine City be their first bout of season here in 2023. Sunshine City roller derby is going to take a lap now as well. Get a high five for those wrestling skaters. Bradentucky Bombers graciously setting up their tunnel. Great job, everyone. Worked so hard. That's the official score, 220 to 141. After some hard work by the rep team and the scoreboard team. Throw them some applause and shouts and yells as well. Those reps and scoreboard keepers don't even get to play roller derby for all that time yet. They just have to tell everybody what they did wrong. Thank you so much for this happening. Again, there will be an after party at the Canopy Bar and Grill on US 301 here in Ellington.
And we want to thank Sunshine City for coming to skate with us this evening. In what I believe will be the first of these, what is it, across the skyway, what is it we were going to call it? The battle over the bridge.
Battle over the bridge. Yeah, it was awesome of Bradenton to invite Sunshine City out. We don't normally play